I researched it year ago. So I can't cite that right now, but I got it years ago.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
if
how
you
much do
can't
you
cite
think?
that
How
right now,
much do you
why did
think?
you say it in front of thousands of people?
You know what? I don't know. I haven't researched it enough. That one I don't know for sure. I mean, it's. I mean, I would probably lean towards believing them, but I can't say.
Why do you support Trump?
Well, let me ask you a question, if I can here, Parker. Do you think any of these lawsuits or any of these trials were anything politically motivated at all? Do you think that's possible?
Oh no, I don't think that they were. I think there's no evidence for that at all
Oh, really?
against
So
Trump. Yeah, no,
did you
no.
know that they passed a law about a year and a half before so so E. Jean Cure could sue him, the state of New York? Did you know they did that?
Oh, that wasn't specifically just for E. Jean Carroll. It was thousands of other people that held their abusers accountable in the context of New York. It was just the changing of the law that
you really
specifically
expect
allowed
me
for
to
her to do that.
so you really expect me to believe that?
Yeah, if you're reasonable.
Okay. Let me
So
ask you
I don't
this.
know if I would expect you to.
So let me ask you this. Did you know one other thing I want to hit on tonight? Did you know that the bill that you say Donald Trump, which that there's up for debate, but the Republicans killed it as well, obviously, correct? The bill, the immigration bill during Biden's administration, right at the end there,
Yeah,
right? You know what
at
I'm talking
Donald
about.
Trump's orders.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I disagree with that, but here's the. Did you know that the cutoff per day for allowing immigrants to come into the country was 5,000? Did you know
That's for
that?
encounters, sir.
But I mean, I'm just saying. So they were allowing 5,000 people to come in the border.
That's encounters before the president can step in and shut down the border completely.
Exactly. So how
Yeah, that
about shutting the border down when one comes into the country? Now
because
look
that
at
would
let
be
me let me.
unreasonable.
No, it's not. Trump's doing it. Is Trump not doing it?
No, there's no
There, no
bill
one's
specific.
coming.
There's no
There's
legislative bill passed that specifically
no,
does
but
that.
what
There's
I'm
actually
saying
no
is,
cap currently. There's actually
what
no
I'm
cap
no,
currently.
no,
Did you
I
know that?
understand. I understand that, but
And
what
by the
I'm
way,
saying,
it's not 5,000 entries. It's encounters.
explain to me. You got to explain the difference.
An encounter is just an encounter. Okay, that includes U.S. citizens. That includes people just coming across the border. All right, an entry would be someone entering the country.
But what I'm saying is they would allow 5,000 illegal immigrants to come into the country before they would stop it.
No, it's 5,000 encounters. Right?
You got me lost on that one. I'll succeed that point. I'll have to research a little bit more. But let me ask you this: um, do you think the border's more secure today than it was when Biden was president?
Do I think the border is more secure today? No,
You don't.
no.
So there's nobody coming over the border. Now let me ask you this:
Do you want me to
how
give
many
you
of
an
the
explanation of as to why, or no?
let me ask you one more question. I'll let you go. But
Okay.
by the way, you're good at this. Don't get me wrong. But I love debating, so maybe you can help me out here. Let me ask you this: of the people that come over, okay, how many do you think are hardened criminals that make it into the country? Like what percentage? Like let me ask you this: how many people do you think came over the border in Biden in 4 years?
3.5 million.
Okay, well that's grossly understated, but we'll,
No,
we'll just say that.
That's from Pew Research.
Okay, I think it's more than that. I mean, there were
What's your source?
15,000 people. There were, you know what? I'll find it in a minute, but I can guarantee it's higher than that. But anyway, here's one thing too that I love that you do. Okay, you love to cherry pick little studies, and just because you pick one study from one left leaning group or whatever group doesn't make it true. But I'll concede that point.
What
I'll
left
go
wing
with.
group did I just cite?
I don't know, but I'll go 4,000 or whatever you want to say. Okay. How many of those people were hardened criminals? Do you know? We don't know, right? We have to guess, right? Right?
Based upon the data for detainments, less than 5% of
Well, wait,
those.
whoa. How are we going to do that if we don't even if they're all over the country?
So I'm going based upon ICE data, based upon their detaining data.
Right. But if they're not,
Do you
if
not
we
want me
never
to
catch
cite
them,
that, or what do you
well,
want me to
but
say?
I'm kind of stopping you at the get go here. What I'm
I
saying is,
understand.
if 4,000 people come over the border, right? Okay, that's grossly. I'll get back to you on that one. I'll research that one, and I'll tell you what. I'll contribute to your to your your site here if I'm wrong, but I guarantee you there's many more people out there that say there's more than 4,000. And if they're wrong, then maybe yeah,
Yeah, but
okay.
I'm
We'll
citing
move
Pew
on to that.
Research, who is an
All right, let me
independent,
ask this. Let
recognized
me ask.
institution.
Okay, okay. I'll give you that. But let me ask you this question: how much does it cost us per year for illegal immigrants?
How much does it
Taxpayers.
cost us?
Yes. You know
I
that one?
Yeah, I don't know the overall cost on a yearly basis that we would attribute just to undocumented immigrants. I would expect it to be exorbitantly low, a lot less than they pay into the system because they don't get
Well, no,
access to
no, no,
federal
no,
benefits.
no, no. Do you know the number, Parker?
I just told you I don't know. I do know the number for
What
immigration
do you
as a
what do you
whole.
what do you what do you suspect? Let's say
I know the number for
in
immigration as a whole.
but no, but what I'm saying is, I picked this study up. I don't got it handy, but it was like 2022 or 2023. It's generally, I've looked at like 4 or 5 different sites, some liberal, some left, some right, some moderate, whatever, and they come out to 150 billion a year.
That's only a
150.
right-wing think tank.
No,
That's fair. That's a
no,
right-wing think tank.
no, it's not. No, it's not,
Yes, it is.
Parker. So what do you think the number is then?
Again, I don't have the number off the top of my
You don't
head. I
have
don't have
any
a specific
idea.
source. I just know that
So
that's a.
now
Can
wait a
I
minute. Now
please
wait a
speak
minute.
without you cutting me off, or do I need to mute you,
Yeah,
sir?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. Go ahead.
Okay. Can you tell me a liberal site that you looked at?
Liberal. Let's see. I do live. Well, I'll tell you. I go to CNN. I go to
No, I said
MSNBC.
a source. I said a source for like the number of the cost.
Liberal site.
Yeah, you said you
You know
looked
what?
at liberal sites.
You know what? Here's what I do. You ever heard of Free Spoke? It's a new site. It basically it analyzes AI of every story out there and it gives you the left and right and the moderate. I don't know. But anyway, I mean, I don't understand if it's
So
liberal.
you didn't look at a left-wing source for estimating the cost of undocumented
No,
immigration on
that's
a
not
yearly
true.
basis?
That's not true. I think one time I looked it up and it was from the Bureau of Labor Statistics or something. But anyway,
They
there's
don't make
another
analysis on
immigration.
that.
Well, I mean, it might have been immigration. I might have got that one wrong.
Okay,
got that wrong.
can I tell you what it is for immigrants as a
But you
whole?
don't do what now?
Can I tell you what it is from immigrants as a whole? And this is from a libertarian source.
Okay, what are you telling me? I'm not. I'm a little confused.
Yeah, immigration over the past 30 years has decreased the deficit by $14.5 trillion, according to
What
the
now?
Cato Institute.
And they're unbiased, aren't they? The Cato Institute.
They're
That's
libertarian.
about. I don't give a shit. They're libertarian. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to curse. I apologize.
You're fine.
I don't. That one doesn't. That one doesn't. I'm just saying. So we're gonna have to disagree on that, right?
The Cato Institute is a libertarian source. Libertarians are right wing, sir.
So you're saying if you went into in the internet right now and researched right now, you would find only one like they would all be right wing that say it's that much. So you think a right wing website would be that stupid to say it's 150 million over what it is? I mean, whatever. I mean,
Sir, I just told you the Cato Institute, which is a libertarian source, a right wing source.
That's one site. That's one source.
They indicated a
doesn't make it true.
$14.5 trillion decrease in the deficit over the past 30 years due to legal immigration and immigration as a whole.
So you're saying by them they help us?
Yeah.
Okay. I have that I will firmly disagree with you on that. There's nobody. I guarantee you there is just as many people on one side as the other side. But let me ask this question. Do you believe in what is it, AB? Is that how you say it on TikTok?
I'm pro-choice, yeah.
Okay. Do you think the fetus is alive?
Yeah.
Do you think it's a human being?
Not prior to sentience.
Huh?
Not prior to sentience, which
What's
is around
that
20
mean?
through 24 weeks in the womb.
That's when you think it's alive?
No, that's when I think it has sentient life, which is a subjective experience. Cellular life begins at conception.
I mean, life. Okay. So would we as a country try to protect the fetus at the early stages? We want to protect that? Like, I mean, if somebody was in a car accident, would we treat the fetus as a human being?
No?
So we wouldn't offer any like punishment or anything for the fetus.
I mean, are you saying that like it would be treated as a double homicide? Is that your notion?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the legality depending on the state. I think it would be different depending on the state that you're in, and even so, the notion is from an unjustified ending of a human life, right? And the notion here is
Uh-huh.
that it would be
Well,
unjustified in the
would it
situation
surprise
where.
you?
Can I please finish
Let
without you
me.
cutting me off?
Sorry, sorry.
The point is that it would be unjustified in the situation where they were intending to go through the pregnancy, but it wouldn't be unjustified for them to terminate the pregnancy, right? So that would be the notion that they're typically using. Now, I don't think it's a double homicide until they're sentient. I would just say an unjust termination of pregnancy and a homicide.
Let me ask you this. Would you be surprised that 38 states have laws on the books that they don't call it a life, but they punish the person? So in 38 states,
No,
and
I
it's
wouldn't.
also,
I wouldn't be. I don't know why this is relevant though. Why is this relevant to my view?
I just think that you don't think it's kind of crazy that we treat a fetus on the level of a human being when they're
I
like
don't.
killed in the car?
I don't think we do.
Okay.
You can freeze
What's that
embryos.
now?
You can keep embryos in freezers, right? You can store them there. You can't do that with babies. You can't do that with human beings. We're not allowed to throw human beings in freezers for storage.
Right.
Okay,
But I
but
mean,
we're allowed to do that with embryos.
well, no, I get all that, but what I'm saying is, 38, the federal law says that
Right? So is this an argument to say that an embryo is not a human being?
I just think it's kind of curious, don't you?
Is this
That
an argument to say that an embryo is not a human being?
I just want your opinion on it. Don't you think, okay,
I've already
if you
given
don't
you my
believe,
opinion.
okay, all right, we'll let it go. Okay. Now let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that the Obama administration, now you're gonna go crazy on this one, but I just want your opinion on it. Do you think the Obama administration tried to derail Trump's first presidency?
Maybe. I don't know.
So what I'm talking about is like the whole Russia thing was a fake. They made the whole thing up.
I don't think it was fake to investigate it. And that's not the Obama administration. That was investigators. And it was
So
determined that there was
okay,
interference on behalf of Russia. It just wasn't determined that there was collaboration between Trump and Russia. Now, there were members of the Trump
wait a minute.
administration
So
that were
what did
involved.
Russia? Sorry, I interrupted. What did Russia do to like physically? Give me some like examples. What did Russia do to influence the election?
Specifically, they created bots to then
Okay,
support certain political messages, whether it
and
be Trump's administration, Jill Stein, or individuals specifically that would take away support from liberals.
okay. Let me ask this question. Do you know how much the Russians spent on that
No, I'm not
influence?
familiar.
2 million. Do you know how much Trump and Hillary spent? I could be wrong about this, but I think it's either a billion or 2 billion. It's either a billion or 2 billion in the
I don't. Where'd you get the
2026.
2 million number from?
2 billion.
No, where'd you get the two
You
million number
research it.
from Russia?
I researched it year ago. So I can't cite that right now, but I got it years ago.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
if
how
you
much do
can't
you
cite
think?
that
How
right now,
much do you
why did
think?
you say it in front of thousands of people?
I don't know. What the hell? It's my opinion. I can have my opinion. But let me ask you this. So, um, did Obama? So Obama on December 8, 2016, he got the press briefing. Did you know what that said on December 8th?
No.
It said that there was no collusion. There was no that Russia didn't do anything at all. Okay, in the election, nothing. Not with Trump. Not with the campaign. Not with any of his, outer
Made up.
supporters.
So it was
No, I
determined that
didn't. No,
Russia interfered.
Parker, you got to listen to me here, okay? I don't have all the shit in front of me. Next time I will, okay? So what happened was though on December 9th, or no,
You shouldn't be
he
so
stopped.
confident if you don't have the information.
Okay, well, okay, I'm confident. We're gonna go with that. And you here's the thing. I ain't gonna bore you too long because you kind of it's your right. It's your show. You cut me a little late, so it's like 1 o'clock. I'm an old guy, Parker. But anyway, but I do got a I do got a question. So on December 8th, though, okay, he pulled that report. Now he doesn't have to give that confidential report. Okay, he doesn't have to give that confidential, or I shouldn't say that. It's what is it? The daily intel briefing that the president gets every day. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Trump
Every day
doesn't
the
have to get
president.
the daily briefing. Is that what
No,
you're saying?
listen. You're not. Let me finish. Let me finish. What I'm saying during the transition, he doesn't have to send. It's courtesy that when the current president doesn't have to give the daily briefing to to the incoming president. It's tradition, though. They always do it. But Obama pulled that report and ordered another one. And that's a fact. You can look that up. I can't cite that. I will someday.
Okay, I don't know
It's
what the
all
big
it's
deal
all in
is.
the Durham. It's all in the Durham. It's all in the Durham report. Okay.
Okay.
It's all in the,
And
it's all in
I'm
the,
waiting to see how this is relevant.
I just thought I just want your opinion on it. You don't believe it? You don't think they
I'd
did
have
it?
to look into it. I don't know.
Okay, so you don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, another thing too. The gas prices didn't cause inflation during Biden's administration. That's ridiculous. And I'm sure you're going to cite some report, some libertarian report, but I'm going to have to disagree
Gas
with you on
prices
that one.
do influence inflation, and inflation was supply chain issues relating to the pandemic, and it was
You
a
don't think
global
you
issue.
don't think that you don't think the second stimulus package they passed was unnecessary? That probably contributed to that as well.
You could say contributed, but all spending bills technically contribute some. Trump signed off on more debt-related spending comparative to the Biden-Harris administration. So if you think spending contributed to inflation, Trump contributed more to inflation.
Well, with this war, you got me there. I'm not gonna debate that, but I think that
No, I'm not just saying
this
with the war. I'm saying with the spending.
Well, yeah, that's true too. He's just like every other president. He spends too much. I ain't gonna disagree.
He spent almost twice as much.
Well, because of the Iraq war, this war going on right now.
No, I'm talking about in his first term.
His first term, he spent more. He spent more.
Yeah, he
well,
spent
yeah,
8.4 trillion overall debt-related spending signed into law. 4.8 trillion non-COVID related, compared to the Biden-Harris administration. 4.3 trillion overall. 2.2 trillion non-COVID related.
Yep. That happens to Republicans presidents because every time Republican presidents want something, there has to be an equal liberal type of spending bill, and that's how they get it done there. But
Explain to me why there was
that.
less debt-related spending signed into law when the Democrats were in power then.
Because the Republicans don't force them to like do their spending on their side to get what they want, in my opinion. But I'm not going to argue that point.
I don't really know what you're trying to say with that, but okay.
I know. All right. I'm trying to think what else I got. So,
okay, is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Okay, could I ask you one question before I answer that?
Sure.
Because I'm dying for this answer. Because I don't really call in the call shows, but I'm dying to this. So I get the Epstein thing. The Epstein thing does got me a little bothered. Okay, but the thing is why didn't the Biden administration in the 4 years? And I think you have this answer prepared because you had to be answering this answer. Why didn't the Biden administration release all the documents?
There's a few things. One, it was completely sealed through 2024. Two,
what do you mean it was complete? So they weren't allowed.
You gotta let me speak, man.
Okay, all right.
You just make sure to remember what I'm saying, and then you can answer after. So,
Okay.
So it was completely sealed through 2024. It was unsealed by a grand jury then, and then from that point, the capacity to release it was solely dependent on there being an Epstein Files Transparency Act that was passed to then release it, which didn't exist and didn't get passed until 2025. And even so, there was an independency between the DOJ and the Biden administration when they were in office. They believe that their administration shouldn't have.
But they could have released it though if they wanted. Sorry.
You let me know how.
Huh?
Let me know how, because the DOJ was independent and they didn't have an Epstein Files Transparency Act. So explain to me how they would have done so.
What I'm saying is the DOJ would had the power to do it. I'm not saying it was right or
which
wrong.
was independent under the Biden administration. The Biden administration believes in independency of the DOJ because of the fact that they believe in separation of powers, and also because of the attacks against them, because Trump was claiming they were weaponizing the DOJ. So they actually had the DOJ as independent, meaning they weren't dealing with the daily doings of the DOJ.
Okay, all right. I'm new to TikTok, so I don't know about this. Let me say this, but can I say BS?
Yeah.
That's total BS. Let me just speak and get my point out. The Biden administration, and I don't know how you can prove the Biden administration, the DOJ could have released those documents. Full point, done. Now I got one other thing, and I'll let you go. Can I ask you one more question?
Respectfully, you didn't respond to anything I said. You just said that I was wrong. And then also, you said, let me ask a question like 3 separate times after I've asked you to ask a question multiple times. How many more questions do I have to answer before you're going to answer mine?
Okay, go ahead. Ask yours again then.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Let me think. I had this answer a while back. I guess if you okay, so I hope you agree with me on this. I would say if you're right about the Epstein files, the way you're couching it right now, okay, all right, okay, then if it found that he was sleeping with young underage girls, yeah, I would drop him like that.
Okay, so do
But
you believe victims of Epstein who got settlements from the
now,
Epstein estate
now,
about their accusations against Epstein relating to sexual abuse and trafficking?
can I ask you this question though? Come on, you're trapped me.
Ask your question,
I
man.
okay. Because I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to ask the question and answer it. Okay. All right. We go ahead. Ask again. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I promise I won't
No,
say
make your point.
it. I forget. I lost my train of thought. My
Okay.
bad.
Okay. So do you believe victims of Epstein who got settlements from the Epstein estate for their accusations against Epstein for sexual abuse and trafficking, or their allegations relating to that?
You're saying, do I believe him?
Do you believe the victims of Epstein who got settlements from the Epstein estate for their accusations against Epstein relating to sexual abuse and trafficking?
You know what? I don't know. I haven't researched it enough. That one I don't know for sure. I mean, it's. I mean, I would probably lean towards believing them, but I can't say 100%. I can't do that. I haven't
Okay.
followed that part of it. I haven't really followed that. I just all I'm saying is
Let me keep making the point. So if you
okay.
believe the survivors of Epstein who got settlements from the Epstein estate relating to their accusations about sexual abuse and trafficking about Epstein,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
then you then believe an implication against Trump because Jane Doe 4, who got a settlement with the Epstein estate for her
Hmm.
accusations against Epstein relating to sexual abuse and trafficking, also accused Epstein secondarily of trafficking her to Trump.
All right, I know about all
Okay,
that.
which
I know
then
that part. I
implicates
do.
Trump. So if you believe the accusations from survivors of Epstein who got settlements with the Epstein estate, well, then you'll believe their accusation. Also, evidence supporting this is the DOJ was scrubbing files associated with these interviews against Trump, and there's a bunch of other allegations against Trump within the files that have already been released. If they're
So how do you know
bullshit,
they?
just like the files that have already been released, why are they trying to scrub them? And why
How
haven't
do you
they
know they're?
released the millions of other
How do you?
files that they need to release?
What are your facts that they're scrubbing them? Who told you
Look,
that?
NPR investigation into DOJ scrubbing files associated with files.
So we don't
Uh,
know. We don't know for sure, right? Sorry, my bad. I won't do it again.
I just cited you a source, and then you just said that we're not going to know. Are you listening to me, sir, at all?
No, wait a minute. Say that again. How you said it?
NPR investigation
Yeah,
into
NPR.
DOJ scrubbing files about allegations against Trump.
Okay. Can I respond this way?
Go ahead.
The NPR said the Hunter Biden laptop was untrue, so they weren't going to cover it. And the Hunter Biden laptop. First of all, I got to
That's
tell you
not what
this.
NPR said.
Yes, they did, but
Can you give me the article?
can I just finish real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. NPR flat out, and I don't have it all in front of me right now, Parker, like you do. You do this all day, and I'm not trying to. Insult you by saying that you do this all day. I don't. I work. I'm just saying I'm not up on it as much as you are, but I mean, come on.
So it's not that NPR specifically went out there and said,
NPR.
can I please?
Sorry. Yeah. Can I just say this real quick?
Go ahead.
NPR is got to be. If you think NPR is even remotely unbiased, me and you are on a different level. They are the most biased news organization. That's why we want to get rid of them. I mean, did you watch the hearings on the funding?
How are they biased?
Because all they do is they're basically a Democratic arm for the
No.
for.
No,
Okay,
nothing within their policy gets them to act like Democrats.
Okay, so then why was the guy that was going to moderate the second debate in 2020 fired from NBR?
You tell me.
Because he emailed a campaign person from the Biden administration to ask him what Trumps he should ask Trump in the debate. Now, you don't think that's biased?
So
and why did they fire?
If they are biased, why did they fire the person?
Because they got caught. They wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have got caught. Because you know what he did? He emailed the guy.
So if they were unbiased, wouldn't you expect them to fire a person that they deemed to be biased? If they were biased, would you expect them to fire someone that they deemed to be biased in accordance with their own bias? No, they wouldn't. NPR fired them because they want to limit bias. Okay.
No.
Now I can tell you specifically the NPR had let me address what you said earlier.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I would love to just address what you said earlier. The Hunter Biden laptop
Sure.
story is that they just didn't
Hmm.
make a covering of it. That's it. It's not that they
They
said that
didn't
it was fake, it's that they just didn't cover it.
because it wasn't worthy of their news organization.
Yeah, I think that's totally
Well,
reasonable.
well, let
Can
me
you
ask
tell
you this.
me can you tell me what in the Hunter Biden laptop is bad?
Yeah, there is numerous transactions of play to play in the Hunter Biden laptop,
Okay, so
and
so
also
him
he
engaging in paying for intercourse?
no business deals with his dad, and
Okay, what
there's
corrupt
no
business deal?
he being on the board of that energy company making $50,000 when he has no experience at all. Look,
What was he
we
charged
can't.
for? Why hasn't he been charged?
Okay, okay, you're gonna play. He was
No, he wasn't.
he pled guilty.
Not
What did
for
he
anything
plead?
relating to the file. Not for anything relating to the laptop.
What was the second case that he pled guilty
What he
for?
pled guilty for was specifically was going to be in relation to the filing for getting access to a gun. But by the way, what he was deemed to violate the law based upon is
Uh-huh.
now legal. Did you know that?
No, but there's
Did you
another
know the
case. There was
Supreme Court? Listen, let me please, dude. Holy shit! Have some
sorry.
self control. I'm sorry, this is insane.
Okay.
Have some self
Okay,
control,
I'm sorry.
please.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. So the thing that they deemed that he did that was illegal has now been deemed by the
Uh-huh.
Supreme Court 9-0 to not be illegal anymore. Did you know that?
You know what I did think I heard that, but that's beside the point.
No,
What
it's not.
okay. Well, let me ask you this.
And it's not
Do you
even in the
think the Hunter
laptop.
do you think the laptop was real?
Yes, of course.
So when the 51 intelligence officers signed the letter that said that they thought it was disinformation, don't you think that's disingenuous
No, that
at
people
best?
were claiming disinformation about it.
What do you mean they're claiming? So do you think that the New York Post should have been suspended from Twitter?
Go ahead. I don't have an issue with that.
What do you mean you don't have an issue with that? You don't think that was stifling freedom of expression?
It's a private business doing what they want.
Only if they're not guided by the federal government, which they were.
Okay. Is there any evidence of that?
Yes.
What's your source?
When they did that, when they went into the files, and they specifically found that
Nope.
in the source. Hold on. Mark, what you don't remember Mark Zuckerberg telling Joe Rogan that they called him and told him that this Russian disinformation was gonna drop and that they should not cover it? You don't remember that?
Zuckerberg doesn't cover stories or not.
No, but he was told by the federal government that if this story appeared on
You're
Facebook,
thinking about the vaccine. You're thinking about the vaccine.
No, wrong, fucker,
Okay.
wrong.
So then what are you thinking of?
I'm thinking about the Hunter Biden laptop. They told let me get out what I'm going to say here, okay? All right, because here's the thing. I know I interrupt you, but I see you wanting to kind of get in on me too quick, and I'm bad at interrupting people. So give me a break here. Here's the thing. So they told Zuckerberg that there was going to be a disinformation coming down the pike about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, and that when it comes down the pike, they should suppress it. And what Zuckerberg said is they dialed it back. So instead of it hitting 100% of the, the cycle of Facebook, it only hit about 10%. So, and that was done by I'm pretty sure, and don't hold me to this, but I think the FBI and some other agencies were telling them to do it. I mean, they would sit there and there would be a tweet. I think it was a JFK
Do you want me to read
tweet.
this for you?
Yes.
Okay. So specifically the story that was posted, what's it called? The FBI went up to them and just said there's a misinformation warning for aspects that were in the context of the story, not the laptop's existence in of itself.
And that's not true, because Zuckerberg said it was vague. They didn't tell him exactly what was going to happen. They said that a story is going to come out. It's going to be disinformation. It's going to be big. And when it comes out, and no one knew anything about all these shenanigans that Hunter Biden did. And God, listen, I feel for the kid.
Zuckerberg told Rogan,
I know.
the background here is that the FBI came to us, some folks on our team, and was like, hey, just so you know, you should be on high alert. We thought there was a lot of Russian propaganda in the 2016 election. We have it on notice that basically there's about to be some kind of dump similar to that. He said the FBI did not warn Facebook about the Biden story in particular, only
Right,
that
they did.
Facebook
They
thought
did.
it.
They
Listen,
didn't.
listen. Only that Facebook thought it fit the pattern.
Right. You don't think you don't you know
That's from a BBC article.
so
So again, Zuckerberg himself
not
was claiming specifically not that they said, "Oh, delete the Hunter Biden story," but rather that there specifically were a bunch of things that were spread out like propaganda in the 2016 election, and to be on high alert for that.
all right. Bear with me on this one here, okay? So I'm
Can you
going to do
acknowledge
this real
that?
quick. I think I think it's semantics. I do. I think what they did is they basically told them
This is
without
what
telling
he
them.
said himself.
I get that, but what I'm saying is once that Hunter Biden laptop came out, he said, "Oh my God, that's probably what they were talking about. Let's shut it down.
That's what
Let's pull it
Zuckerberg
back."
said. That's what Facebook
Right,
assumed.
right, right. And I think if you got the true serum of the people that put out the disinformation, they were talking about the Hunter. So you don't think they were talking about the Hunter Biden laptop? You're gonna really
No.
sell that to me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
is
all
there
right.
any evidence? Zuckerberg doesn't claim that himself, sir. Zuckerberg himself claims
I
that
know
they didn't
that.
say
I know that
anything about it
exactly,
being the Hunter
exactly.
Biden laptop story, and instead that was
Okay.
Facebook's decision to make that determination.
Okay. Do you think the Hunter Biden laptop was disinformation, or do you think it was true?
The Hunter Biden laptop existed. There was a lot of misinformation about it, yes.
But like what?
Like people were
Tell me
claiming
what.
that there was proof on there of him assaulting a child.
I,
That's
I don't. I
literally
don't
what
remember.
people were claiming, sir.
I don't remember anyone ever saying that.
Oh, really? Because I had people on my live stream come up on the live stream and say it.
Well, then, I mean, they could have got that from something else. I mean, that doesn't necessarily.
No.
I'm just saying but the Hunter laptop for the most part was true. It was true. You're denying
Okay,
that. You can deny that all you want.
sir.
Let me.
Sir, can you
Okay.
acknowledge
My
that the
name's Carl.
federal
My name's Carl.
government,
By the way. My name.
listen,
Can you call me Carl though? Is that fine?
Carl, the federal
Yes, sir.
government did not tell them to prevent the Hunter Biden laptop story from being given out. That is not what they did. They specifically just went up to Zuckerberg and said, "Hey, there's been a lot of disinformation in the last election. Be on high alert." That's it.
Hmm.
That's
How about when
literally
they?
it. That's totally
Listen,
reasonable.
that's how they. Okay.
Tell
Let me
me,
ask
is
you.
that not reasonable?
I see it differently than you do. I
How?
see them put.
No, answer the question. Is that reasonable?
I believe. This is what I believe, and you can. I mean, I'm allowed my opinion, right? I believe that the FBI knew that Hunter Biden. This is what I believe. I believe that Hunter Biden. They knew the Hunter Biden laptop was false. They knew it was false. I mean, they knew it was true. Excuse me, strike that. They knew it was true, and they knew it was going to get out because you knew who had the Hunter Biden image first. Do you know who had it first? This is my opinion. Do you know who had it first?
The laptop? No.
Well, the guy in the shop had it first, right? You know that, right?
Can you just make your point, man? I don't have all day. I got to get off soon.
So, okay. Well, let me ask you this. I don't have the facts. I'll let you go on this one, okay?
Can we just get over these points though? Like I at least get through this point of the conversation, because otherwise I feel like this was a waste of time.
Well, you can feel like what you want, but did you know that that the Biden administration asked 3 or 4 times to take a JFK tweet down on Twitter because they thought that it was disinformation
Okay, what JFK tweet?
about COVID? They didn't agree with this COVID message, so then they
You mean
repeatedly called
RFK,
back.
sir?
Yeah, RFK, excuse
What
me. I mean,
specific RFK tweet?
I don't understand. Let me just ask you a question. What I don't understand. I made a mistake. Why do you got to be such like a prick about it? Okay, I meant
I
RFK.
wasn't. I asked you a
Obviously.
question, sir. What do you mean be a prick about it? I asked you, do you mean RFK? Are
Okay,
you serious?
so
You think I'm being a dick because I asked you a question? Dude, I'm sorry.
the
You are
way
a
you did it.
snowflake, bro.
Okay, I'm a snowflake. Okay,
Yes,
that's fine.
absolutely. Like
But-
I've been so
okay,
nice
but
to you this. I've been so nice to you this whole conversation. You've been interrupting
All
me
right,
this
okay.
whole time. I've been very nice to
Okay,
you. I've been trying to productively engage in a conversation with you, and I literally just asked a question, and you thought I was being a dick,
Okay,
dude.
okay. I mean, that's my opinion. Why do you got to get all mad about it?
I'm not mad. I just
So,
said that. I just
okay,
said that didn't make
fine.
any
Let's move.
sense.
Can we move on from that real quick? You just got one question. Okay, next time I come, I'll have this whole story about the JFK, or excuse me, there I go again, the RFK tweet. Now, there's numerous tweets that they were telling people
Yeah.
to take
So like,
down all the
I
time.
have to know what specific tweet you're referencing, and also, can you admit
right.
you were wrong about the Zuckerberg
No,
thing.
no. I didn't say
Okay, so
that.
so then
I said
I'm sorry, but you are incredibly dishonest because
no.
you originally claimed that they specifically
Yes.
told Hunter or they told Facebook to take down the Hunter Biden laptop.
Uh,
I proved to
I,
you that that was not true. They did
okay.
not talk about the Hunter Biden
Let's
laptop. They explicitly
let's
just
let's
said be on high alert because there was a lot of Russian propaganda last election cycle. That's it. That's all they said. They
okay.
never said
Can I
anything
just
specific about the
can I
Hunter Biden laptop story.
okay, well, here's the thing. I agree 100% that it didn't specifically say take down the Hunter Biden story. It's coming, and when it comes, take it down. If I said it that way, I didn't mean to. I fully know the story. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast. Okay. Now here's the thing, and I'll leave you at this. Okay. First of all, I hope you have me on again. You're not mad at me. I like debating you. Second of all, if you think that the Hunter the 51 agents knew that that laptop was real because they're intelligence guys, okay, and they signed it knowing that. Now that's it. I'll let you talk. You can end it tonight.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the claim again the intelligence officer signed off on. I'm assuming it had something to do with there has been some misinformation about the Hunter Biden laptop. I'm assuming it's something relating to that. Not that the Hunter Biden laptop's existence in and of itself was
Well, they
misinformation. Now, if the claim was that it was misinformation, and that's what the operating information was at the time, you can't blame them for making a determination based upon the operating information at the time. You can't just say that they were lying because you feel like it. And then when it comes to specifically what you said about, again, what you said about Zuckerberg, you originally did claim that. You say that you don't think that now. That's totally fine. The point is still true then that the U.S. government was not trying to use their position to force these specific things to happen on social media. Okay,
okay.
the Trump administration has done that though. The Trump
Okay.
administration tried to force these things through the context of Brendan Carr, the FCC, specifically with Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen
No,
Colbert.
that's not true.
That literally is true.
Can I explain the law to you?
Go ahead.
You can't be a comedy show and go on all night and talk about news. It's the FCC regulation. And that's Jimmy Kimmel. You would admit Jimmy Kimmel comes on every night and bashes Trump for about 20 minutes every single night.
Did
You
you just
can't
say
do
it
that.
was illegal as a comedy show to talk about politics in the news?
Yes,
You know how many
there's
comedy shows do
it,
that?
not okay. I don't have it down 100%, but it's not just going after them. There is it maybe not a law. It may be not a law. I'll back off that, but it is kind of like a regulation that you
There
because
is
what it
none.
is.
There is no such
Yes,
thing.
there is. Yes, it is. You know why it is? Because it's a campaign. It's an in-kind campaign. If you got a network that's just crazy, and it's a comedian show and it's not a news station, okay? Then it becomes like a campaign contribution.
How is it a
I mean,
campaign? No, it's freedom of speech. It's them saying what they think.
okay, we're gonna have to disagree on that one. But I hope you have me on
Okay.
again. Maybe you won't. I don't know.
All right,
You gonna
for
have me
sure.
on again?
Yeah, if you go do research about those points, and then we can come back and
Okay,
talk about them.
and I'll try not to interrupt you.
Okay. All right. I'll see ya.